What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the live show for our Week 8 picks. Good to see each and every one of you. We're going to have a fun time tonight. Shout out to the chat. I already see Alex in there active and ready to go. Go Cowboys. Yes, sir. We got ourselves a big game. Big game coming up here in Week 8 Sunday Night Football against those San Francisco 49ers. Those darn San Francisco 49ers, man. They've had our number. They've had our number for the past few seasons. And pregame prediction video will be dropping tomorrow morning. It'll be premiering at, I think I said it at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m., it'll be up there. You can see it, what I think about the game, what my thoughts will be about the game. And little notice, I will be out of town for the game, but I will still be watching and I will still be reacting. So just a little heads up. Little heads up. The background that you'll see on Sunday is going to look a little bit different. And the quality is going to be a little bit different. But that's okay. I'm still going to bring you good Cowboys content. And then I'll be back. Alex says Cowboys Nation are the best. They are, man. They really are. And I do got to give a few shout-outs. So on our TikTok, on my TikTok, we hit 40,000 followers, which is insane, man. 40,000 once you think about it. 40,000 people following, that's insane. I can remember the first time I started TikTok. I can remember the first videos that I posted, not thinking it was going to go anywhere, but then it turned into something. So I really want to thank everyone who follows and likes on TikTok. I mean, it's just massive. Now, you're probably wondering, what are you wearing, Kyle? It's, this is a football show. Well, I'm going to let you know that go Suns. That's why tonight's show is an hour earlier. Usually, if you've been watching the first few weeks, you know that we start at 9 p.m. and we go. Suns game starts at 9 p.m., so it starts at an hour. So it's the season opener. It's the first game of the year. It's not going to be an every week thing, but, I definitely wanted to make sure I was available for the season opener. Because other thing, too, is I do basketball content. Tristan says, what's up? What's up, Tristan? Welcome to the chat tonight. My brother and I, we do Suns basketball. So I believe there's a link on my football channel. And we just talk about it. We go live after every game and we talk about it. And it's a lot of fun. I love the Suns. I love basketball, all that jazz. Alex says Golden State Warriors. Hey, man, we could talk about basketball. Golden State Warriors. It's going to be interesting to see what they do this year. Missed the playoffs last year. Just by the play-in, though. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Clay's with the Dallas. And I'm seeing the Mavs play. So I'm seeing the Mavs and the Suns play this weekend. And then I'm seeing the Lakers and them play. Luck Duck 1. Give some love to the Knicks. The Knicks are 0-1. I'm excited to see the Knicks play, though. I think they got a really good core. Mikal Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns. Obviously, Brunson, Josh Hart over there, too. So it'll be fun to see them play and have it click together. Tristan says, I'm a Lakers fan. Jozan. Oh, man, your name. I remember this a couple weeks ago. I kept tripping up on your name. Jozan says, what's up, Tony? What's up? John Marston says, I'm here. What's up, John? Welcome. Good to see you guys. My choice of beverage tonight is a Gatorade Zero. I love the Zeros. I feel like the regular Gatorades are just too sugary. So I like the Zero. I think it's like a perfect balance. But obviously we didn't have a show last week. It was the bye week. But I was planning to go live. But I came down with it was a weird day sickness. And it sucked too because I was going to be on the Cowboys Can Fan podcast that night and I had to cancel. Outside of work, I'm a videographer. So we were at a barn. And I think just being at the barn, being around hay, being around the dust and everything, just really aggravated my allergies. And it just took me out for a day. It was weird because I thought I was getting sick, but then it was just a day, and then I was back to normal. It's me, Noah. I just changed my name. Oh, what's up, Noah? Snap. Okay, I'm going to have to get used to that. You got a new name. John Marston. Alex says, I like Warriors because I'm a Steph Curry fan. I'm a Steph Curry fan too, man. I love me some Steph Curry, one of my favorite players in the league. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our picks for Week 8. Look, man, the past couple of weeks, I was really bummed for missing last week's show. But I was really bummed because we went 11-3 last week. And things started to click because we were going 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8 for 4 straight weeks. And then things just finally clicked. We went 11-3. And then this week we went 10-4. So things are really coming together in the league. And I think, things are coming together in the league. Teams are taking shape and form, and we're finally realizing what teams are what teams and who they are. You are who we thought they were, right? So here we go. Week 8. You guys know the drill. We're going to go one game at a time, and y'all let me know who you're choosing. And, of course, we have the Cowboys and 49ers at the end. And if you've been following me on all my socials, you know how I feel about that game. But let's go and jump on in. Minnesota Vikings, Los Angeles Rams. Now, the Vikings were one of the last 2 teams that were undefeated. Chiefs remain undefeated, but the Vikings got beat by the Lions. That was kind of the Jets almost beat the Vikings, and they were kind of hanging in there. So it was about time. Anyways, not the most enticing Thursday night football matchup. I mean, I think Cooper Kupp's back, but and they obviously got Kyron Williams over there. Alex mentioned the Chiefs got DeAndre Hopkins. Yes. And I remember on our show a few weeks ago, we were talking about potential wide receivers, and we had mentioned Hopkins for the Cowboys. But, so the Vikings, they get this game. I think they bounce back and then take care of the Rams. Unless we see a more than common scenario where we see teams that start off hot and they kind of sort of dwindle. So I'm going to choose the Vikings here, but I would not be surprised if the Rams struggle, if the Rams put up a fight. Benattini says, hi, Tony. Hi, Benattini. Tristan says, Jets keep selling. I keep thinking they will turn it around. Me too. I was really cheering them on, man. I really want to see them succeed. Luck Duck 1 says, Jets season is over. I'm cheering for it to come together. And I want it to come together. Oscar says, yo, what's up, Tony Goat? What's up, man? Welcome to the chat, Oscar. And we already got a few picks for the Vikings in this one. I think the unanimous choice here is the Vikings, but I could also say I would not be surprised. The Vikings could be pretenders, and they could show us really, real quick, real early in the season. And in my opinion, it's still early in the season. It's only week 8. So, but of course, we'll talk about the Jets because we got a few games till we get to the Jets game, and we'll talk about them a little bit more in detail. But going into Sunday, we got our early slate of games. We have the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. You guys got to let me know what you think about what's going down in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson out for the season. There's a lot of controversy around that because like the Browns fans were booing him, and everyone was like, "Whoa, you don't boo!" But like, I feel like Watson's a special case, Anyways, Brown's season is going down the hill. They lose Watson. They traded away Amari Cooper. Alex is already on top of this. He's saying Ravens. Joe's saying the Ravens as well. Oh, we're back with the emojis. Yes, I love the emojis. Put those emojis down there. Have fun with them. Noah says Ravens blow out the Browns. I think so too. This is going to be like a 37-10 game. Even though it's a division game, they're going to take it away. Tristan says Ravens and Browns might be closer game than we think, but I got Ravens winning. Yeah. I mean, the division aspect, you always got to be, careful of that. But like, the Eagles and the Giants were a division game last week, and the Eagles boat raced them. They dog walked them. So lock it in. Ravens win. Next game we're going to is the Titans and the Lions. Lions got the big win over the Vikings. Lions are rolling. Ordinary Freddy, what's up to the chat, man? He's going with the Ravens. Tristan says, I don't cheer for injuries ever, but I can't even hate people for them being happy he's gone. I think that's a great way to put it, Tristan. I think that's a great way. I think so. But I like the Lions in this matchup. I think they take care of the Titans, especially in Detroit. It's so hard to go into Detroit and win, especially the Titans. They're still developing. So it's hard for me to see the Titans. And I think Mason Rudolph is still the quarterback. I don't know if Will Levis is back. Y'all can let me know in the chat. Luck Duck 1 says, what goes around comes around. God. Deshaun Watson wasn't going out and taking everyone's Achilles. He was just taking a massage. But I see what you mean. Alex says Lions. Tristan says Lions destroy them. Benetetti says Titans look messy. Oscar G says they are my favorite, second favorite team. Luck Duck 1 says the Lions. Yeah, this was a pretty lot. Like I said, at this point of the season, it becomes a little like you just understand which team is what they're gonna give you. So it's a little bit easier to pick at this point. Lions win this one. We go to the next one here. We got the Indianapolis Colts. No more Joe Flacco, unfortunately, but you got Anthony Richardson. And you got the Houston Texans who lost to the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. Now, I think Nico Collins is still out. I think that's the guy that's still out. But what an exciting game that the Packers and Texans was. Such an exciting game. Came down to the final kick. Now, the Colts, they fly under the radar, but I need to double check their record here because I think they're 4-3. This is a division game. Colts are 4-3. They're second in the division behind the Texans, who are 5-2. And this is a home game in which the Texans are undefeated at home. And it looks like everyone is going with the Texans here. Tristan, though, says, I want to pick Colts, but AR is not looking good so far. Freddie says Texans bounce back. I feel like a lot of us are going with the Texans. I don't know. The Colts can be sneaky. I think if this game was in Indianapolis, I would maybe think about it. Because the Colts got a sneaky good defense, and I feel like they can really handle the Texans. Everyone's going with the Texans here, and I think everyone's on the same page. I'm going to go with the Texans here too. If it was in Indianapolis, I may like the Colts, but I'm going to go with the Texans on this one. Kind of a boring early slate of games. Nothing's really stepping out. I don't know. You guys let me know. Is there a game on here that's jumping off the paper that's like, this is must-see TV? Because these early slates are snooze fest. Anyway, so Packers and Jaguars. Packers obviously got a big win. They're going on the road here, and the Jags finally come back. Forget about calling them the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are the London Jaguars. Hot take. I know they have to renew the rights for the stadium or something like that down in Jacksonville, and the stadium conditions are horrible in Jacksonville. I would not be surprised, and this is my hot take, if the Jaguars are the first team to go international. I would not be surprised. How do you feel about that? Because the NFL has been wanting to go international for a while, and the Jaguars they spend 2-3 weeks in London already. Just stay over there. I mean, they just had 2 games in London, and they split them. And if you watch those games, I know they're early, but if you watch those games, there's so many Jaguars fans already. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Packers here. Everyone's feeling this one. Back to the question that I had for this early slate of games. You guys said Eagles and Bengals. Yes, Tristan, you're right. Oscar G says, I feel like Texans and Colts is going to be close. That's another good one. Leonard, welcome to the chat. Leonard says the Panthers and the Broncos. Well, that's the afternoon game, but I gotcha. And then Joe, I like the usage of the emojis. He's going with the green. You're going with the green. Go Pack, go. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, Noah, you're saying Jags bounce back. Now, that would be a big upset if the Jaguars beat the Packers. You guys keep commenting because I'm going to go ahead and look up the NFL game odds here because I want to see what the spread is it's got to be huge for the Jaguars and the Packers game. Let me see. No, it's only 4.5. So obviously they got the Packers as favorites, but it's a 4.5 point spread. That is very surprising. It should be more. I mean, the Jags are not, compared to the Packers. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to go with the Packers here. Next up, we got the Arizona Cardinals and the Miami Dolphins. I believe the Dolphins won last week, didn't they? They beat someone, right? Oh, no, they lost to the Colts. Okay, I'm thinking about the week before. They lost to the Colts, 16-10. Dolphins are sitting at 2-4. All right, chat, let's talk about it. This is a safe space. Tua says he's coming back, and he's not going to wear the Guardian cap. He says it's a personal choice. What do y'all think about the whole Tua situation? I know we talked about it a little bit, but I don't think Tua is coming back. I don't think he's going to play this game. I think obviously he'll come back later this season, but I don't think he'll. I don't think he's going to play this game. Alex says Dolphins Tua is back. Tristan says if Tua is playing, I got the Dolphins winning. And then Noah says, when is Tua playing again? All right, chat. I need you to get to work on this one. I know he's like making a return, but I don't think he's back for this game. That's my understanding of it. I think he was actually placed on IR, and when you're placed on IR, that's at least 4 weeks. I think we're in the third game, or this maybe would be the fourth game. So maybe next week we see Tua. Alex says Tua was at practice today. Oscar says Tua might be a little rusty coming back. Absolutely. So therefore I have Cardinals and Dolphins game being close, and then it comes down to a game-winning field goal. Yeah. Joe says Cards winning. Yeah, the Cardinals got the big Monday Night Football win over the Chargers, who just kicked field goals. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that goes without saying. Tua's going to come back. He's rusty. But that Dolphins defense needs a quarterback, man. They need a quarterback because they've been struggling, man. I mean, Huntley's back there, but he's just not getting the job done. And when you got weapons like Jalen Waddle, Odell Beckham Jr., and obviously Tyreek Hill, the number one voted NFL player of last year, you got to get a quarterback. I was so surprised that they decided to stay with Huntley and not get someone in there to bridge the gap. Noah says, is the 49ers helmet back there? It is, my friend. It is right there. Good eyes. Good eyes. I'm on top of it now. I got to shout out you guys. If it weren't for these live shows, I would not have been on top of it. But you guys have, pushed me to be on top of it. What's up, Blitz? Blitz is in the chat, everybody. Hey, Kyle, I'm here. What's up, Blitz? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see all of you, man. I missed you guys last week. Like I said, I came down with something just for a day, though, but I'm glad to be back. Back to the game, though. I actually like the Miami Dolphins. in this game. And if we look at the point spread, let me see. I would imagine it has the Cards as favorite. No! The point spread, they have the Dolphins as 3.5-point favorites over the Cardinals. What? No way. The Cardinals are 3-4 and the Dolphins are 2-4. Wow, that's crazy. I'm actually really surprised about that. But I don't trust the Cardinals as far as I can throw them. They got the win over the Chargers, but it wasn't anything impressive. And they've gotten a win over the 49ers, which, look, Cowboys fans, if the Cardinals can beat the 49ers, then the Cowboys should be able to beat the 49ers. Blitz says, I see the mini helmets back there, Tony. Yeah, they're right back there, man. I got Cowboys and 49ers. There they are. But I don't trust the Cardinals. I think they're still underdeveloped. I think they're still young. I think they're still figuring themselves out. So I don't trust them to have identity enough to go to the other side of the country, a place that they don't play quite often, which is Miami, and get a win. I think you're going to see something very low scoring like you saw with that Cardinals-Chargers game on Monday night. I think both, but I think, their players, if you get the ball in Hill's hands or Waddle's hands, they'll make a play. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins here. But if chat, you want to go with the Cardinals, that totally makes sense. And I know Joe's going with the Cards already. Next up, we got an AFC East showdown. All right, let's talk about the Jets. We were talking about the Jets already early in this. And Oscar is already beating us to the punch. He says, I got the Jets bouncing back, and Devontae Adams goes off that game. So I don't think Devontae gets his first touchdown as a New York Jet till he gets to New York. So I don't think he's going to score in this one. But I'm cheering for the Jets, man. I want it to work out. I think they're solid defensively. I like Aaron Rodgers. They've gone out to get him the weapons that he needs. They got Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, Devontae Adams. They got a great two-headed run game with Braylon Allen, the rookie, who the Cowboys should have drafted. And you got Breece Hall, who's just an amazing talent. I mean, just able to make plays. It was so unfortunate to see what happened in the Steelers game because it was like right before half, the Jets looked like they were in control. It was a 15-6 game, I believe, and then Aaron Rodgers throws that interception. Great play by the Steelers linebacker, but then the whole game just shifted because then the Steelers went down the field, they scored, and then you had the interception in the second half where it bounced off of Garrett Wilson, and it was disappointing to see. I'm cheering for the Jets. I want the Jets to work out. And I tweeted about it, and if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at TonyGoRomo. But I said a Jets-Cowboys Super Bowl would be fun. Jets-Cowboys Super Bowl would be fun. Would it not? I mean, you got Mike versus Aaron Rodgers, Devontae, CeeDee Lamb. It would feed generations. Zomfish said, came from TikTok. What's up, man? Welcome to the chat. We were just talking about TikTok. Hit 40,000 this past week. So, Zomfish, you're a part of that. So, specific shout out to you. Oscar says, do you think Aaron Rodgers is washed? I don't think so, man. I don't. He's thrown some crazy throws. And for some reason, I've watched a lot of Jets games. I mean, I watch a lot of football. I do keep up because we do these picks and stuff like that. But Rodgers is not washed. Something it's hard to put it. It's hard to put some, like, just label it, but he's not washed. Alex is going with the Jets. Noah says, will the Jets fire their head coach if they lose? Firing the next head coach? I mean, Saleh was gone a couple weeks ago. I mean, you fire the interim head coach. I mean, you got to write it out at this point, right? Blitz says, so you like Aaron Rodgers. I personally do like Aaron Rodgers. I know he is personally responsible for Cowboys Nation's nightmares, but I do like Aaron Rodgers. I do like him. Zonfish says, congrats. I know we would win a Jets versus Cowboys Super Bowl. Blitz says, it's okay, but I want a Cowboys-Chiefs Super Bowl when the Chiefs are good and Chiefs at the same time. Zomfish says, do you think we should activate Dalvin Cooks? I like Rico, but we should give him a chance. Great question. Chat, I would love to see Dalvin Cook. I've been making a weekly video, I think for the past 3-4 weeks, where I have specifically mentioned Dalvin Cook and activating him. And it's so funny, but if you guys watch the pregame prediction video tomorrow, I did a little bit of research with stats, and I'll just drop it here. But basically, in a nutshell, Brock Purdy has less rushing attempts, more yards, and more touchdowns than Ezekiel Elliott. And I don't need to remind you, but Brock Purdy does not play running back. That's not his job. Look, Zeke is... Thanks for your time, Zeke. We love you, Zeke. We love you so much, man. You're a Cowboys legend. But enough's enough. The door has closed. The boat has sailed. The flag's being waved. It's over. It's over. Blitz says Derrick Henry, crying face. I know, man. You know, Jerry said that Derrick's having a career year, but I don't know if he would have the same success in Dallas. And I think he's partially right. I don't think Derrick Henry would be as good as he is right now because our team is just that bad. We're so bad at managing stars. We're so bad at tuning our offense to specific players. We want players to play well in our system because we want it to be the Cowboys' way. We want to win the Cowboys' way. But we are so egotistical and narcissistic that we want it to be done our way. And it hasn't been in the last 28 years. Oscar says Derrick Henry wanted to be a Cowboy. Yeah. This is gonna haunt him, Jerry Jones, and it should. It should. Do not let up. Tweet it, comment it on any Cowboys content you see. It was a no-brainer, and it could have been done. At the time, they did not have the money, but you make money and you make the room by extending Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. But they ended up extending both those players, but they waited until later in the offseason when Derrick Henry was already signed by the Ravens. So instead of waiting and having this staring contest with CD and Dak, they could have just signed the deals that they were inevitably going to sign when we all knew that they were going to sign. And you could have had the money at the beginning of the offseason and get Derrick Henry. But no, the Cowboys waited. They wanted to, bargain a good price, which they didn't. They ended up making Dak the highest paid quarterback in NFL history and CeeDee Lamb the second highest non-quarterback player in NFL history. So what did they exactly accomplish? Look, you guys are taking me somewhere. Hey, man, it's Suns basketball. It's the Suns season opener. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be yelling and frustrated. Blitz says, Tony, what team do you think is the best in the league? Great question. I'm not really the one to jump in and say the undefeated team is the best team in the league. Chiefs look pretty good, but I don't know. I really like what the Lions are doing. Lions have shown consistency defensively and offensively. The Chiefs have found ways to win, and they're undefeated. But if you give me a Lions and Chiefs Super Bowl right now, I think the Lions can pull it off. Noah says, should we get a new defensive coordinator next offseason? Just curious. Absolutely. Mike Zimmer's on a 1-year deal. So whatever, Mike's going to get fired because it's Super Bowl or not. And or NFC Championship. If Mike makes it to the NFC Championship, he'll keep his job. But that's not going to happen. So Mike's going to be gone. And God, I don't know. I don't even know. I could tell you who I would like for the Cowboys to go in terms of head coach, but Jerry wouldn't go young with the head coach. He wouldn't go college with the head coach. He's going to go for someone established, someone who's been an NFL head coach for years. But yes, that head coach would inevitably bring in their new defensive coordinator. Oscar says, therefore, do you think the Cowboys should draft Ashton Jeanty? So I haven't talked about Jeanty, Boise State running back, just because I'm focused on the season, right? I talk about that in my pregame prediction video too. We'll focus on the season, and then when draft season comes, we'll focus on that. But the way it plays out now, Jeanty would be a potential option for the Cowboys. I feel like the Cowboys should learn from their mistakes of drafting a running back in the first round with Ezekiel Elliott and not take Jeanty. I also think that there's so much talent in this coming draft when it comes to running backs. So you can afford to pass on Jeanty. It's tough because I think first round you want to take the best available player. And does Jeanty address a need and make the team better? Oh, absolutely. But, possibly a wide receiver, another offensive lineman, a person that will be a solid asset to the defense. If it was me, if I was at the 19th pick and Jeanty fell to me, I'm a believer in taking the best available player. Not the best player that fits best my scheme or my team. I'm going to take the best player in the first round, no matter who it is. So I would take Jeanty if it was my choice. If I was GM wearing the hat, he makes the team better immediately. Luck Duck 1 says, Dan Quinn been cooking in Washington. Yeah, he has. It'll be interesting, though, to see Jaden Daniels' status because he's dealing with that rib injury. But regardless, I got the Jets. I got the Jets winning. They'll beat the Patriots. Things are not going well in New England. So I'll take the Jets. And then we got another NFC South showdown. We got the Falcons and the Buccaneers, which was a wild game a couple weeks ago. They played in that wild Thursday night football game. And the Falcons somehow managed to win that one. But now, Falcons are coming off of a loss, a surprising one to the Seattle Seahawks. Did not see that one coming. Joe says, are we still predicting the games? Yes, we are. We're moving forward. Falcons and Buccaneers. Now, Buccaneers might be without Mike Evans. I think they are. I saw the report that he's going to be out for at least a week or going into the bye week. And then Chris Godwin, obviously out for the rest of the season, which is just horrible, terrible. Shouldn't have even been in the game. So I'm going to take the Falcons on this one. I think the Falcons bounce back. It's going to be hard for Baker Mayfield to generate any kind of offensive power without the two main weapons in Godwin and Mike Evans. So then, therefore, the Falcons would sweep the Buccaneers this year. And Kirk Cousins goes on the road and gets another win. And that's important because the Falcons would move to 5-3 on the season, and they would be taking on the Dallas Cowboys in Week 9. Yes, Dallas Cowboys go to Atlanta after the 49ers game. So keep your eye on the Falcons. Keep your eye on the Falcons. They look good, too. They're aggressive. They can really out-aggressive the Cowboys. All right, let's take a look at our NFC East foe. Let's take a look at those darn Philadelphia Eagles. They won. They blew out the Giants. I hated watching it. I chose the Giants to beat the Eagles, and I was nowhere near close. I was dead wrong. And we got the Bengals. Bengals did get a win. They got a 2-game winning streak going on right now. There's a little heartbeat in Cincinnati. This game is in Cincinnati, and the Bengals need to win this one, man. The Bengals need to win this one for their team, for their city, to keep the momentum going, but also because it's the dang Philadelphia Eagles. You'll never find me picking the Philadelphia Eagles. Zomfish says, I'm worried to play Bucs and the Falcons. It'll be interesting. I think we'll be good with the Buccaneers just because the injuries are really going to affect them now. But this one here, Tristan says Bengals are beating the Eagles. Luck Duck 1 says Bengals. Alex says Bengals upset alert. And yeah, I'm in agreement with all of you. I am definitely going to go with the Bengals here. I think the Bengals get a 3-game winning streak going on. The Eagles are just inconsistent. When they're good, they're good. I'm not going to lie. When they're good, and they're running the ball and Saquon's having a good day, they can be a dangerous football team. But can you depend on Kellen Moore to keep running the ball? No, you can't. At the end of the day, he's Kellen Moore. He's going to want to pass that thing, and it will inevitably bite them. So, yeah, give me the Bengals. Blitz says, what happened in week 1 and the other weeks you picked the Eagles, Tony? Hey, we don't mention that. Yes. From time to time, I'll pick the Eagles. When it's a unanimous choice, when it's there to protect my NFL picks record, I'll choose the Eagles. Zomfish says, do you think we will beat the Eagles? I don't know, man. I think we got to wait. Let me see this team for a few more weeks. We're still figuring things out. And the Bengals are still figuring things out. They're two wildly inconsistent teams. It's hard to know. It might be just a mid-fest. But I'm going to choose the Bengals over the Eagles. Here we go. Afternoon slot. Oh, Freddie says the last time Eagles and Bengals fought, they ended in a tie. Oh, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I think this is like Donovan McNabb days. Luck Doug 1 says, Tony flips sides like a fish. Oh, man. Noah says the Saints are 414, 473, 5 all-time against the Chargers. That has to be a typo. That can't be real, Noah. That's insane. That's a good stat, Freddie. That's a good stat, though. Shout out to you. Zonfish, I missed the Vikings versus Rams prediction. What's the prediction? We got the Vikings. The Vikings win Thursday Night Football. Afternoon slot, you got the Saints. Man, the Saints haven't won a game since they threw a parade for beating Dallas. You hate to see it. Chargers lose to the Cardinals. This is an absolute mid-off here. But I do expect the Chargers to bounce back. They should bounce back. They're back at home. They play pretty good at home. So Chargers will beat the Saints. Blitz says, Tony, do you think Tom Brady is a curse for the Cowboys when you podcast the Cowboys games? That's a good question. We have not been good in front of Tom Brady. I will tell you, though, I'm so sick of Tom Brady. Not because he's bad or anything. I just hate being on the same network for 4 straight weeks. TKG, what's up, man? Welcome to chat. It says, ready for the Injury Bowl on Sunday Night Football? You're absolutely right. Joe has put a battery in the chat, meaning he's going for the Chargers. Yeah, a lot of injuries going into that Sunday night game on both sides. It's definitely not going to be as exciting as it could have been. Alex says, Chargers are my second favorite team. Alex, I can tell. Your profile picture tells us. Bills and Seahawks. Seahawks coming off with a good win against the Falcons on the road. And the Bills, yeah, they handled the Titans. Amari Cooper. Oh, gosh, we got to talk about Amari Cooper. Amari. We miss you, man. I knew it was never going to happen because, like, Jerry, if Cooper came back to the Cowboys, it would mean Jerry would have to, admit that he was wrong. And that is never going to happen. So I knew it was going to never happen. It was fun to talk about. But, I'm happy for Coop, man. He gets to go to a team that's competing, has a shot at the Super Bowl. Oscar says, Coop. Man, I was just thinking about it. There was a time where Cowboy Stadium was so much fun to be at. Like, we would be chanting Zeke when Zeke was good. And when Coop got a catch, we'd be like, Coop. Those were fun days. It's not like that anymore. Alex is going with the Bills. Yeah, I think the Bills should win this game. Even though it's in Seattle. This one might be close. It might be like 24-20, 23-20. Field goal game. Interested to see what the spread is on this one. And it is, 3 points. So kind of where we felt it. But I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills here. What is their record, by the way? I think it's 5-2. Bills. Yeah, 5-2. Seahawks 4-3. So this is a good matchup. Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup. So I'm going to take the Bills over this one. Oscar says, so is Mike McCarthy getting fired after the season? If he doesn't make it to the NFC Championship game, he will be fired. Are we going to make it to the NFC Championship game? Most likely not. All right, here we go. I'm actually super excited about this game, and I really hope Jaden Daniels is healthy because then we get the Caleb versus Jaden showdown. Chat, I need you to work hard here, and I need you to go ahead and look up for me Jaden Daniels' status. Joe has put a Bill emoji in the chat, meaning they're going for the Bills. Love it. Zomfish says, so hyped for rookie quarterback battle at 425. Right? I am so hyped for this matchup. This is going to be so much fun. You got the top quarterback draft picks going at it. Commanders have been rolling. They've been looking really good. And the Bears, they look promising. I like the Bears. And we have talked about the Bears before. I like what the Bears are doing. I think they got a solid defense. I always thought that it was going to take time for Caleb to get acclimated to an NFL offense. And he looked really good in London. Rookie versus rookie. Luck Duck one says Jaden is good to play. Joe says, I'd say Commanders. Alex says Bears. This one's going to be pretty split. Honestly, I could see it going either way. Let me go ahead and point spread is 2.5 points. It has the Bears as favorites. Bears record. What is it? Let me take a look. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Bears are 4-2. Commanders are 5-2. Oh, yeah, this is a good matchup. Who would have thought that one of the best matchups of Week 8 was going to be the Bears and the Commanders? Who would have thunk it? Freddie says the Bears. Cowboys' new catchphrase is, here we go. It is. I don't know. This is in Washington. Bears travel well. Their defense, man. I really like what they're doing on defense, and I feel like they can really... Both defenses can really take advantage of the rookies. Blitz says, if the season ends today, the whole NFC North would make the playoffs. Luck Duck one says Marcus Mariota balled out against the Panthers. I would agree, but it's also the Panthers. Zomfish says Caleb Williams is average of 230 yards in last game was 226 yards. Oscar says the Bears. Slapping a little emoji on there. Now let me ask you guys, are you guys saying the Bears because you hate Washington? Are you saying the Bears because you actually believe the Bears can win on the road and take down the Commanders? Be honest. I'm challenging, man. I'm challenging all of you. Aiden, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the show. He says, if we can't beat the injured 49ers coming off a bye, I think that's a wrap for a season. I agree. It's going to be very disappointing. I don't know if it's the end of the season, but it's going to be hard to come back from that. I'm going to go ahead. Freddie says yes and yes, but I'm going to go with the Bears. I think that rib injury will limit what Jaden Daniels can do. And we're not going to see that Commanders offense in full effect. And this Bears defense is no joke. Blitz says, no, I think the Commanders are a good younger football team with good coaching and talent. Aiden says, I'm taking the team with the better defense. Give me the Bears. Caleb's really found his stride. Yes, he has. Commanders got a good really pass rush. Of course, they just took the Cowboys. So we know how good that pass rush could be when it follows Dan Quinn. Oscar says, I don't think Jaden is playing. Well, you got to take it up with Luck Duck 1 because Luck Duck 1 says he's good to play. It all depends on Jaden Daniels because Marcus Mariota is not going to win this game for you. He looked good because it was the Carolina Panthers. I mean, you could put anyone. I mean, Cooper Rush, Trey Lance could have a good game against the Carolina Panthers. Well, I don't know. That's a little bit of a stretch. Blitz says, how good are the Bears? I think the Bears are good. I like the Bears. I'm so happy for the Bears. But I'll say this too. Even though I hate Washington, I think it's been a long time coming for both these teams. To be at the bottom and have a top 5 draft pick for both these teams, and to be at this point of the season and have your rookie quarterbacks actually be playing well, and for you to be 5-2 and for you to be 4-2, that's crazy. Usually when you get a rookie quarterback, you're still, you're the Carolina Panthers. You're going, you're still figuring things out and you're not winning football games still. It takes a few years to acclimate. But what you're seeing here with the Bears and the Commanders, they drafted up high and they're winning immediately. They went into really good situations. Do you think the Bears have a chance at beating the Packers this year? I do. It's that defense, man. Luck Duck 1 says, as long as the Commanders got Cliff Kingsbury, they fine. That's what the Cardinals said for years. Alex says, Washington will choke NFC East lead just like 2018. Season's not over. I will say that. Season's not over. Season's not over. It is week 8, not week 18. So I'm with you there, Alex. I'm not going to say they're going to choke it, but yes, longevity, it's a marathon, not a race. It's a marathon. Let's go ahead and go to a snooze fest of a game. You got the Panthers and the Broncos. Broncos are going to win this one. But I got the Bears, just to clarify. I think the Bears beat the Commanders, but I would not be surprised if the Commanders win. Broncos will beat the Panthers. And then Chiefs will beat the Raiders. Raiders lose Aiden McConnell for a few weeks. I actually like the Raiders upsetting the Chiefs, but then they don't have a really good quarterback situation, so Chiefs remain undefeated. Zomfish says, now basketball opinions. What is your opinion on the Mavs? I'm a fan. Mavs should be, I feel like they're in a better position than they were last year. I don't think Clay moves the needle for them, but, P.J. Washington, having a full season with him, having a full season with Daniel Gafford, I think Dallas has a good season. Could be the number 1 seed, to be honest. Joe says rematch of Super Bowl 50. Yeah, the Panthers and the Broncos. Alex says Broncos. Luck Duck 1 says Broncos. Noah says, I'm tired of the Chiefs losing, so Raiders win 42-30. Oscar says, it's so insane how awful the Panthers are. Yeah, they're pretty bad, man. Blitz says, Patrick Mahomes has more interceptions than touchdowns. Is that true? I know he's been throwing a lot of interceptions. But let's see. 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. And that's why wins can't be a quarterback stat, y'all. Football is a team sport. And it takes everyone to win. And Mahomes, man, when he needs to show up, he shows up. I mean, that 49ers game really just added to his resume. No weapons. I mean, he beat the 49ers with the bag of chips. A paper clip and a bag of chips. And he just ran the ball himself. Mahomes is wild. But yeah, Chiefs win this one. They go to 7-0. All right, here we go. Sunday Night Football. Here we go. Cowboys and 49ers. It's the Injury Bowl. No Micah Parsons. No Christian McCaffrey. Is it going to be a slaughter fest like it was last year? Are the Cowboys going to get slapped, spanked, embarrassed, humiliated on Sunday Night Football again? I was very vocal about this, even like in the middle of the Lions game, but the Cowboys will beat the 49ers. And I was saying that even before I saw the injury report. Blitz says, wait, no Parsons? I'm not expecting him. He was with the rehab group today during practice. Did not practice, though. It's a stretch to see Parsons play. Joe says Cowboys winning, I guarantee. Alex says 49ers, though. TKG says Lions or Cowboys defense in fantasy. I have Lions right now. Stick with the Lions. Don't go to the Cowboys defense until they show you something. On top of that, the Cowboys defense just isn't getting turnovers like they did last year. So I'd go with the Lions defense. Cowboys, hopefully, we got Kendricks back. Yes, Kendricks will be back. That's a huge lift. Noah says Cowboys are 2019 won all time against the 49ers. Yes. Aiden says Cowboys with the bye week used to their advantage and win in a close game. Completely agree. I think there's no excuse. You've had 2 weeks to prepare for the 49ers, and they're half a team right now. You should win this game. On top of your 3-0 and on the road, you should win this game. Luck Duck 1 says, surely Cowboys can't lose again, right? I mean, that's what we're all thinking. They can't lose again. Oscar says, do you think Jordan Mason will run all over us? I don't believe so. I think you're going to see a better... Eric Kendricks is going to make a world of a difference. I think you're going to see this defense sell out to stop the run. Tristan says, I want us to win this again badly. I agree. Blitz says, I got 49ers. Blitz, no! Freddie's going with the cowboy emoji. Freddie says, I recently bought a Cowboy Speed Flex. Hopefully that brings luck. Are you talking about the actual helmet? You got a Speed Flex helmet in your house right now, Freddie? Low-key, that's a purchase I want to make in the future. Just to have it. And I would wear it. It would not just be sitting around. I would put on that helmet on game day. Alex and Joe are asking about Deron Bland. Deron Bland did not practice today. He was working with the resistance cords. It is said to be a game-time decision, which is not the best news because I felt like he was going to play, or at least they told us he could have played the Lions game, and then he didn't. And it's like, okay, you get the Lions game off, you get the bye week, and then it's a game-time decision. So, Michael, what's up, man? He says he missed the whole live. I know, man. We're towards the end of the show. But I did throw you guys a curveball. That's just because the Sun season is starting today and tip-off's in 10 minutes. But hopefully next week we're back to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. But it's good to see you, Michael. Thanks for jumping in the chat for the last 10 minutes of our live show. Aiden says, if they win this, then hopefully they can use the momentum for their next 4 because they get to the easier side of the schedule. Yeah, we're in a little bit of a gauntlet because we got the Falcons, Texans? We got to go through this. Hold up. Falcons, Eagles. I don't know why it took me there. Hold up. Let's look at the schedule. Falcons, Eagles, Texans, Commanders, Giants. TKG says, I have Cowboys, but with all the injuries, I don't know. Yeah, but I got the Cowboys, y'all. Again, pregame prediction video for this game is going to come out tomorrow. 30 minutes of breaking down this game, analysis, defense, predictions, offense predictions, everything. That will be out tomorrow morning. Premieres at 10 a.m. So be sure to check that out. It'll be fun. But I got the Cowboys winning. I feel good about the Cowboys winning coming off a bye week. 49ers are injured. We're 3-0 on the road. It's all adding up. The universe is parting for us. It's making a way. Cowboys will beat the 49ers. Monday Night Football. Low-key an exciting game. How about Russell Wilson, y'all? Russell Wilson coming back. Sunday Night Football defeating the Jets, man. He looked good. I'm so happy for Russ. I'm a fan of Russ. I never understood the hate, but I'm happy for Russ. Blitz says, Tony, why are you a Cowboys fan but a Suns fan? But I do remember a while ago you made a video about the Kyrie Irving trade for Mavs Nation. Whoa. I did. That is very true. I was born in Arizona, so born in Phoenix, raised in Tucson for a few years, so I like the Suns. But when they were bad, I really was cheering on the Spurs. And I do like the Mavs. I really do like the Mavs. One of my favorite players of all time is Dirk Nowitzki. So I'm kind of everywhere with basketball, but with like football, I'm a Cowboys fan. Joe says, I just traveled in the future and the Cowboys beat the Niners 30-27. That's going to be very freaky if that's actually the final score. But here we go. Monday Night Football. Give me the Steelers at home. That's crazy. The Steelers have been on primetime. They had the Cowboys and Steelers Sunday Night Football. Flash forward to 2 weeks later, which was 1 week ago. They played the Jets on Sunday Night Football. And they get another primetime game the week later, Monday Night Football in Pittsburgh. All the primetime games have been in Pittsburgh. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying I haven't seen that in a while. But yeah, I think the Steelers win this one. Curious to see what the point spread on this one is. It may have the Steelers as like big favorites. And okay, this thing is like completely wrong. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they got the Steelers as 6.5 point favorites. And that's about right. Steelers defense can shut down the Giants. And then Steelers got a passing offense now. Giants can't do nothing. So yeah, Steelers win. Zomfish says, you won't believe this, but Daniel Jones hasn't thrown a passing touchdown at his stadium in 701 days. Yikes. TKG says, what is your score prediction for Cowboys versus 49ers? I was between two of them. I was thinking a Brandon Aubrey game winner, but also part of me thinks that the Cowboys handled the 49ers. So I'm going to say 28-17. 11-point win. Which, by the way, I think, yeah, they got us as 4.5 point underdogs in that game. Let's go, Vegas. Michael says Steelers are 7-3 while wearing their Color Rush jersey. Yeah, see, even more reason. Blitz says not a Cardinals fan. Yeah, I'm not a Cardinals fan. Born in Arizona, but you're not going to see me cheering for the Cardinals. Oscar says TJ Watt strip sacked Daniel Jones twice. Yeah, I mean, this could be a big TJ Watt game. But other than that, those are our picks. We'll see how we do. We've been doing pretty good the past couple of weeks. Went 11-3 the week before. Then we went 10-3, 10-4 last week. So we're doing pretty well. Blitz says, Tony, what with the whole Brandon Aubrey rumors? Are we talking about jury duty? Because he's definitely, He's definitely fulfilling his civil duty. That's why he wasn't at practice today. But it shouldn't interfere. He should be able to play Sunday. Oscar says Tony Goat Romo. And it's just Tony Goat Romo. All right, guys. Blitz says, Tony, who do you think is better, J.J. Watt or T.J. Watt? Oh, that's a great question. I'm going to go with J.J. Watt. T.J. Watt has a lot of years, though. He can easily surpass J.J. Watt. But J.J. Watt already has his career, beginning, middle, and end. And T.J. Watt is still making it. Luck Duck 1 says, Tony, you going for Yankees or Dodgers for the World Series? Yes. And as you guys know, once we're done with our picks, we just spend a couple of minutes just talking about random stuff. So you got any fun questions, put it down in the chat. So a couple of things. We've talked about this. I think it's a bad World Series for the game of baseball because you got two of the most expensive ball clubs spending they're just so rich that they can buy anyone. And there's no salary cap in baseball, so they're able to do that. And other teams can't. So it's bad for the game of baseball. I'll say that first. But I think it's going to be a really fun series because it's like two all-star teams going at it. You got Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani on the left side. And you got Aaron Judge, Juan Carlos Stanton, Juan Soto. You got a crazy line. And so many other players I didn't mention. But, I think the Yankees win. I think the Yankees have a better bullpen. If you got a better bullpen, it can take you further. I think the Dodgers are lacking in that. And I don't think they'll be able to keep up. So I think the Yankees will win. Michael says, best Gatorade flavor. I gotta get it for next time because we got to show. I really love the Gatorade. I really love the cucumber lime. And I have drank it on a live show before. Cucumber lime is really good. But that isn't zero sugar. This is zero sugar. And mentioning that, it is getting late, y'all. So I'm going to pop open a Red Bull. This is the disadvantage of living in Central Coast time in Arkansas. And your favorite team is a West Coast team like the Phoenix Suns. Because tip-off is in 3 minutes. And that game's going to be over at midnight. But if you missed it, me and my brother, we do Suns basketball content. So, and we go live. So we'll be live after the game later this evening. So if you want to check that out, check that out. But cucumber lime is my favorite. I love Red Bull. June berry is the one that I grabbed today. I'm really feeling the tropical. That's the yellow one. I like that one. Blitz says I'm a Rangers fan. Oscar says, are you going to any Cowboys game this season? My wife and I planned on going to the Cowboys and Bengals game. But we'll fill it out, see what happens. But Bengals is the one that we've kind of penciled in. Luck Duck 1 says, next time try Gator wine. Nope. Zomfish says, prove me if I'm wrong, but Turpin has some speed on his returns. He gets us to the 30 or 40 or even a touchdown. He's great. He's only had one touchdown. It is Turpin and I, we have a love-hate relationship. But for his sake, I hope he has a great game. I really do. It's about time. He's due, especially in San Francisco. He owes us one in San Francisco. And if you know, you know. All right, guys. That is going to be the end of our live show. Tip-off for the Phoenix Suns is in a minute. That's why we ran this one a little bit early. But love you guys. Thank you for joining. Sorry I missed last week, but I'm glad we were able to jump back into it. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for liking, subscribing, following. We're about to hit 10,000 on Instagram, so that's going to be very exciting. We hit 40,000 on TikTok. We're aiming for 5,000 here on YouTube. We're at 3.5 right now, which is 5 is just inevitable, so it'll be coming hopefully before the end of the season. And follow me on Twitter. I tweet all the time. I'm on X at Tony Goat Romo. Zomfish says, see you. Good picks. Have a good night. Thanks for joining, Zomfish. Blitz says, Tony, how's the family? Family's great, man. Family's awesome. We're doing great. Thanks for asking again, Blitz. Oscar says, I love you, Kyle. Wow. Oscar, that means a lot, man. I love you too. You stay safe out there, man, and God bless you. And God bless the United States. All right, guys. Appreciate you. And if you're old enough, go vote. And go Suns, go Cowboys. Pre-game prediction video drops tomorrow. Madden prediction on Friday. It's going to be a good weekend. And then I'm going to Arizona, so I'll be traveling this weekend, but I will still be doing the reaction and everything for the 49ers. But appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Horns down. Woo pig suey. I'll see you guys later.